Oh, God. It's even got my profile picture and everything. Disobedient. You know nothing about me, and you still have no jurisdiction over me. You can investigate me all you want, but I'm not in your country. So, suck it. You'd have to, like, have me extradited or something. And I don't know how compliant other nations are with the nation. I will go and hide. I will hide under the spreading chestnut tree. Oh, device offline. Oh, okay. So we dug too deep. We dug too deep. His PC has been offline for a very long time, I imagine, and I can get nothing out of it. We have access to his PC, but we're never going to get that. Or are we? So do I keep giving them information until the conference call starts, or do I try and have a stab at some locations? This is the important decision I need to make now. I genuinely feel like this app is asking me to pick out one of these locations and say, this is it. This is the one. Yeah, I know for both of these people, they both have said, we are not going to go back to any place we've been within the last 24 hours, and these places are just a list of places that they have been in the last 24 hours. Except I don't believe that's true. Kind of doesn't feel true, because I know full well Malloy Court is her parents' house. And she fell out with her parents yesterday over the barbecue and working Sundays thing. So she probably didn't go home, because her father commanded her not to come home as well. She fell out with her parents and her father commanded her not to come home. Yesterday. Harrison, where are you at? What do I know about Harrison? Well, not to investigating me. I don't need to investigate me. You don't need any information on me. Lives in a trailer. Oh! Outskirts camping. Probably. Where else would a trailer park be? Where would you have trailers? Except on a campsite. I don't know. I don't know how trailer parks work. Trailer parks are not like a big thing in the UK. The only things that come close to it are basically, yeah, your campsites. Because there are some people who like have permanent-ish residences on campsites sometimes. They have like a trailery looking thing. Caravan generally is what they would be called, not a trailer, but assuming we can connect the two. Because I know he lives with his parents, and we've seen the picture of his parents at the trailer park. Because I believe one of the pictures on his phone was his mother. Not that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's with his mother. I have a feeling some of the... We keep bringing up the whole drugstore thing, but I have a feeling perhaps some of the drugstore stuff is buying medication for his mother. Because... the message history we had with her made it seem like she's not 100% with it. We don't know much. Would that cover the family members? Special health insurance covering family members? Is that all perfectly innocent? Is that to do with his mother? Has he got special health insurance to cover the fact that his mother is disabled? So, don't know. I don't necessarily think there's anything sinister about that, but it does tell us that yes, trailer park. And we know, and furthermore, we know he didn't go home yesterday because of that messaging with his mother, who kept asking, "Are you coming home? Are you coming home? Are you coming home? Are you coming home?" And he was like, "No, I'm not coming home, mother. Not today." So I know he didn't go there in the last 24 hours, even though this says displaying locations of the last 24 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's almost 4 PM. We will most likely only have time for one more upload. Make sure it counts. Right, and... I know she didn't go home either. I don't know what I'm really not sure what Portobello Road or Penn Street are. Seligan is the university campus. She goes there all the time. Rosen Plaza is work. We know she's been there within the last 24 hours. The only place I know she definitely hasn't been is home. Oh, wrong profile. Good, good. That was dramatic. Let's do that dramatic drop again. Ooh, ooh, oh. No. Yes. If you drag too quickly, it doesn't work. Yes. Malloy Court. It's 4 PM. I'm getting intervention teams ready to check all the locations you mentioned. Now wait and see what happens. Wait, what? Oh, I see. We're getting attacked at 4 o'clock again. That's why everything's getting garbled. Right. I'm getting... Yep, she's gone. Everything's gone green. Oh, I'm getting control over Orwell's doing itself. Has Initiate gained access to Orwell? Is this what's happened? Yeah, he's just browsing Orwell. Oh, there's our conference call. Hello, is this working? Anybody here? Well, I am. Harry, I don't know if you would still be around. Seems neither Cassandra or Joseph are here. Huh, did you really expect otherwise? I don't know, somehow... Holy crap! What is this? Who are you? A fool who's baffled by the madness he just witnessed. Otherwise, Initiate. Well, glad you decided to join us. That's completely unintended. What do you mean? You're in the call, aren't you? Yeah, I'm also in Orwell. In Orwell? Abe sent me an IP address to get into Orwell. It makes hacking the damn thing incredibly easy. You did what? And that worked? Like a charm, I now kind of control the damn thing. It's really, really worrying. Come again, you have Orwell on a freaking leash? Fucking great! How does that worry you? My control is limited, and the Gov will get the control back at some point, but this is my primary concern. What makes me nervous is, why would Abraham have such extensive knowledge of Orwell? This whole thing reeks of an enormous trap. And this is the point where it gets even worse. I had a quick look at his file. You would not believe what it says. Abraham is dead. Oh shoot, oh of course he gets all the information. What if I hadn't given them that information? He died quite some time ago. Dead? No! Abraham, how? He was very sick. Cancer. Oh, you old fool, why couldn't you tell us? He gave Nina the orders for the bombings after his demise. This means someone has been setting her up real bad. Not only her. All of us. Oh, you sneak. Who the fuck would do such a thing? Oh, indeed. I'm not getting info on who or why. Hey, wait, Initiate can get the information? What a pity. It does prove my point. Wait, what do you mean, Jules? It was me. I set you up. Wait a sec, I can't fucking believe where this is going. Are you for real? Are you telling me you told Nina to place those bombs? I did. I'm not proud of it, but it had to be done. Oh, shit, she stole Harrison's phone. That kind of was vaguely alluded to, but never really went anywhere from that. His phone disappeared about the time she did, and then she sent the emails to Nina. Oh my god. What the hell? Why? You and Nina, you two ruined everything for Abraham, and for Thought. So you decided leaving me wasn't enough for revenge? You had to kill innocent fucking people and blame it all on Thought? It was necessary. Only when things are at their darkest will people listen. Take notes and actually enact change. I can't scroll down. It won't let me scroll here. I know it's extreme. Extreme is goddamn murder. I know. Believe me, I know. Your actions really screwed the members' Thoughts. Screwed them real good. Most of all, Nina, how can you justify that? What do you do all this for? Thought needed to be destroyed. That was the whole point of its formation. Instead of seeking me out and arresting me, Orwell labeled you all target persons and investigate you all. Screwed up your lives. People need to see how fucked up Orwell is. It's not protection, it's invasive and manipulative doom for everyone. No one's innocent, everyone's a suspect. Abe wants to make the world stand up against things like Orwell. He knew how dangerous the project was. That's why he worked on it. You did what? He worked on Orwell? This confirms what I feared, but I didn't want to believe it. If he could have gone to media and made it all public, couldn't he? If so, he could have gone to media. He was afraid. He was afraid. He thought nothing would ever change if he did. Can you blame him? He told me everything, and only me. Funny. I just realized you're actually a much better, yet much worse activist than Nina or me could ever be. That's admirable in a strange and very fucked up way. I still don't get it. Why draw all of this attention to thought? You didn't convince anyone by your actions. Why this gathering? Why let me hack Orwell? I just needed to convince one person how faulty Orwell was. Costigan, the guy Harry leaked information about, was the man on the inside. Only an advisor. The person who's really been spying on you is still around. The person who actually went through your stuff, passed on the data. The one listening right now. The investigator. That's right, I'm talking to you. I knew you had to be around when everyone would come together. You had to be listening. Initiate was just a windfall. A chance to make sure you'd not immediately go up against us. Investigator, I have a question for you now that you saw Orwell firsthand. Do you really think that this system will help anyone? Do you think the government would not spy on you as well? Did you think you were outside the system? Yeah, a little bit. I'm not in your country. Think again, they evaluate even you. Abe knew that. He saw the madness. They evaluate you, even the investigators. But we can stop it. You can. Remember, you became recruited for being outside the system, outside of the nation. What if we show people what they store about you? And even you are not outside the system. But no one is outside of the system. All you need to do, investigator, is upload the data they have on you, incriminating yourself. This is so mind-bogglingly stupid, Jules. Why would the investigator cooperate? The government will come after them. That's exactly the point. This evaluation is supposed to be a safety net so that no one misuses Orwell. Acting on evidence is mandatory. If the investigator incriminates themselves, they will be forced to prosecute them and reveal this evidence that the investigators are actually being spied on as well, publicly. That's absolutely mad. I don't see this working. I'd like to offer an alternative, investigator. Yeah, yeah, I'll go initiate. What are you saying? Just so happens there's certain Catherine Delacroix in these files too. I say we make use of the fact that we have control of Orwell. Let's use it as a weapon and turn it against the government. There's something dirty to be found about Mrs. Delacroix for sure. Let them act on that evidence. Now we're talking. No, hurting Delacroix won't help much. Oh, so for some reason I thought that was her jumping against the coal. That's hilarious. No, no, hurting Delacroix won't help much. She's just gonna get replaced. This isn't the right way. Oh yeah, and fucking us all up was the right way then? Bullshit. How can we trust this investigator to help us? What the hell? How did they find? Fuck. Listen, what's going on? Harrison quit the session. Seems you just fell prey to this great surveillance system. It's down to the two of us, as it seems. Well, my plan to get the support for you failed, Veska, but if you want to fulfill my plan, go on and give Delacroix hell. You will find something dirty. Investigator, it's time to make up your mind. You can tear down the entire system. Just complete my plan. Please. I'll turn Delacroix into a target person. I think I can easily activate access to her PC for you as well. When Abraham stopped his work... There we go. When Abraham stopped his work for Rosen and the government, he cloned all the information he had and hid it in the office. He told me and I maintained it. The system is programmed to boot itself again in a couple of minutes. You'll have access to everything. You just need to find the UID of the device. I cannot tell you here now that Orwell isn't tracking data chunks. I have full understanding if you judge and incriminate me for what I've done. I think I deserve it. It's up to you now, investigator. Do the right thing. Finally, I thought this disturbance would never end. And the back-end engineers say we've had an unwanted guest. We already know it was thought. It's about time to undo them. Let's be strong. We must show these people for what they are. The nation's safety is depending on it. Find a way to incriminate them, together, as a group. All we need is a hint that Abraham Goldfels intended this group to carry out terrorist actions. We could trace the attack back to a remote PC. I will now manually unlock this PC for you. Catherine Delacroix. Meroka is her subordinate. So... it's kind of got... it's implied there that there are 3 endings. I did see someone on the Steam forum say there were actually 4, or they thought there might actually be 4. But we kind of just had 3 basic options sort of proposed to us. Incriminate thought, incriminate ourselves, or incriminate Catherine Delacroix. I I've been kind of playing this whole thing on the side of the government all the way through. Now that it comes to it, it's like, I don't know. Incriminating thought doesn't necessarily seem like the right thing to do, although Juliet did mastermind the terrorist attacks. We know this now. She, yeah, was pretending to be Goldfells and told Nina to blow up various places. So that's kind of illegal, and maybe you should be arrested for that. Let's look through some PCs. Initiates PC. Where do we start? Orwell.txt sounds fun. New surveillance system according to Winston. Crowdsourced, can observe the whole web. Secret recruitment outside the nation. Checked IP so far. Possible intrusion point backend server. 2 firewalls. Doable. Benjamin Costigan advisor. What's an investigator then? Fuck God, butcher's dead hard. Don't try this IP again. Might be tracing me. Cassandra. Mostly harmless. Arrested? I was just keeping text documents on everybody. Need to visit him at Rosen. Needs to know what he does. Who's Themba anyway? Oh, wait, sorry. Themba? Themba is initiate. Huh. Right. Abraham.txt. Need to visit him at Rosen. I need to know what he does. He really was there. Didn't recognize me though. What's he doing in there? What the hell became of him? Joseph. No idea who this guy is. Nina. He's kind of doing his own Orwell thing over here, except everything's just kept in text documents. Nina's a real sweetie. Angry. Need to check her. Soldier in the army, has a kid. Michael, don't think she's behind this. Who are these two anyway? Is one of them initiate? From Mbali, the mail host, co.za? What country's co.za? I don't know that one. Not sure. Oh, right. Our home in Cape Town. Oh, South Africa. Right. Part of me was like, I feel like it's South Africa, but .za doesn't necessarily seem like that would be a South African extension. Would be like Zambia or Zaire or something beginning with a ZA, one might potentially imagine. Something that has a Z in it, you know, unlike South Africa, which doesn't have a Z in it at all. Sawubona umfowethu? Sure, I'm mispronouncing that because my... I don't even know what language it is. Some African language. Swahili? Is it Swahili? Is that a thing? I know Swahili is a thing, but I mean, is that a Swahili thing? I don't know. I'm trying to think what African languages are particularly prominent. Is Swahili or Afrikaans, I suppose? Best of my knowledge, I think Afrikaans, is more widely spoken around South Africa, so it might be that. And Swahili, I think, is crap, trying to think. There's in Alistair Reynolds' books, there were a bunch of characters that were Africa, and Africa was like one of the major superpowers in the future of the world, and a lot of, you know, the like Swahili had become like one of the prominent languages in the world because there was one of the most prominent nations in the world, or regions, areas. You know, Africa's not a nation, I know this, but, you know, just as a continent it grew to power, and the language with it. How's it? Knock knock, big brother, how's life in the nation? Is it still as sprawling as last time you sent me a letter? I sure hope so. I got into an unsecured Wi-Fi network from one of the houses across the street. No more running around searching for a spot. First thing I'm doing is send you an email, of course. I know you're determined to get me to the nation. I'm writing this email to let you know I'm fine here. Our home in Cape Town isn't a house in Bonson. Of course, I miss you dearly. Don't waste your life on this. You took the chance to get out of here, and you had every right to. How should you have foreseen the security bill, or however it was named? You couldn't. I know you made this stupid promise to come and get me. Forget about it. I release you. Instead, promise me something else. Put your anger aside and live your life. Please. Your old laptop is fine. I'm typing this very email on it. Remember the endless hours we sat in front of that tiny broken squealing and you would show me how to operate it? But mostly we'd play this ancient version of Battleship that showed nothing but grids and circles and crosses. And we play around via mail her. Put up your ships. Don't read any further. I start D2. Die hit. I'm looking forward to your answer, big brother. Don't forget that promise. Okay. Cool. I mean, do I want to investigate Initiate? What am I investigating Initiate about here, anyway? I'll leave that. I'll leave that. We don't need to dig any deeper. We've gone too far, and I feel very guilty about this. We don't need to dig any deeper. But I do want to read it. It's like, I don't want to... Look, I really, really want to invade this guy's privacy. I just don't want to give all of his details to the government. I think that's roughly where we're standing. Juliet.text. Works at Rosen. Organized peaceful protest. Ex of Harrison. Shy. Should talk to her. There was an internship. Thimba van Biljon? Again, probably horribly mispronounced, I don't know. Placed as an intern at Rosentech from February to June 2014. In-house security. Assignment of internship was completed with outstanding success. He was a intern at Rosen. Huh. How about that? Say Protocol Goldfells. Don't do this, my friend. I appreciate your worries. I understand them. I've considered this endlessly. The result of this consideration can only be to intervene. Intervene with what? I can't tell you. Every time I scroll down and something useful comes on the bottom screen, dramatic music comes on, but I haven't read the above bit. Alright. I'm going to Rosentech, that's all I can say. The government's deprived me of the chance for a better future. A future with my sister. I won't stand idly by while the most sane and intelligent person I know makes such a dick move to become corrupted by the government. The opportunity to have such an impact on our common future will only come once in a lifetime. I need you to understand this. We can always do something about the government. Find some followers, build a group, gain followers. Just like me, you start a guerrilla war. Think through what you're saying. Consider the chain of events that this will set in motion. I will found a cell for this guerrilla war, then I will recruit members, call to arms, then we start acting, even bombings possibly, to kill, then they will increase security measures, nothing gets better. God damn it. Talking about the government taking things out of context, which we've been over before, we can take that particular sentence which says, I will found a cell for guerrilla war and then we will kill people. Which is not the context. It's like, this is what will happen if we do this. Consider the chain of events and see where this goes. Hey, I will do this. This is what will happen. This is what will happen. This is what will happen. And then they will increase security even more, which won't make anything better. He's talking him out of it, but no, I can give that to the government. Unedited, unpassed, and take it out of context. I've had it, you're making up excuses, you aren't better than anyone else. This is about money, nothing else. Don't be ridiculous. This is the last time we speak. I will no longer read your blog, I will no longer comment you, I will no longer care, I will be gone. Poof. Very well, I understand. You're young, you're fiery, it's okay if you don't support the actions of a stupid old man. I would not act differently, I suppose. Maybe it's time to part ways then. It is. We ain't dragging and dropping that. And a conversation with Winston. Hey, Winston. Winston, in contact with. Create new profile for. Nah. No, what's up? You hear about Bonson bombings? It was on the news. Been doing research, know some peeps who might be behind it. Spoke to them, complained they suspect the government, so two possibilities exist. These people are trying to bullshit me big time, or there's more to it. I need to exclude the latter. You wouldn't know anything about goings on with the nation's government, do you? You actually might, there's this rumour. A friend of mine claims to know a guy by the name of X2_Think who got recruited by the government. Doublethink. His name is Doublethink. He was recruited for what? For a system called Orwell. Orwell, like the author? What is it? Yeah, just like him. It's pretty vague as to what it can do, but everything points at crowdsourced surveillance of the web as a whole. They recruit everyday peeps for this outside the nation. Super hush-hush. You sure? Assume the worst. Why don't you tell me? I'm not sure. It's pretty vague. Where's the connection to the Bonson bombings? Entered a test phase on April 13th. Oh, we don't believe in coincidences around here. Interesting. So, that is a weird coincidence. Orwell started operation on the same day of this bombing, but I hadn't really given that any real consideration before, but the whole thing about coincidences in this game, yeah. What? This still doesn't tie up with everything else we know, because, well, Julie just admitted to orchestrating all the bombings. So I can't just be like, yeah, no, it's a government conspiracy. You guys, it's a big old cover-up. And actually, the government actually orchestrated the bombings on the same day as they started doing the monitoring, in order that... Actually, what would it be for? I don't know, just so that they could... Just to justify the increase in security? Presumably. I went through his entire desktop. I think the only significant thing there was the Goldfell's documents. Let's look at Goldfell's computer, who has a weird-ass desktop. What is this? What's going on here? Who is that? That's just strange.